Hello, friends. There is one benefit in the British system that is worth, on average, more than £3,900 a year to the people who claim it. And right now, around 800,000 pensioner households who are fully entitled to it are not claiming a single penny. That is not a rounding error. That is not a handful of unusual cases. That is hundreds of thousands of people going without money that has already been set aside for them, money the government agrees they should have, simply because nobody has ever sat them down and explained the rules properly. I want to be honest with you, because it frustrated me when I looked into it. The Department for Work and Pensions does not ring you to say you qualify. It does not knock on your door. It waits for you to apply, and if you never do, the money simply stays where it is, year after year, while you carry on managing without it. I have gone through the official DWP figures and everything confirmed for the 2026 to 2027 year, and today I am going to walk you through exactly what this benefit is, who qualifies, the specific myths that stop people claiming, and the one phone call it takes to fix it. Stay until the end, because the real value is not the weekly payment itself, it is the chain of other benefits that this one unlocks automatically, and most people have no idea it exists. Before we get into it, if you are not subscribed, please do that now and turn on the bell. The rules change constantly, and when they change, nobody explains it to you. The people subscribed here find out in time. The ones who are not tend to find out afterwards, after another year has gone by, on an income that should have been higher. Hit subscribe and let us get into it. So let me tell you plainly what this benefit is. It is called pension credit, and it is a top-up for people over state pension age on a lower income. In the 2026 to 2027 year, it lifts your weekly income to a guaranteed minimum of £238 a week if you are single, or £363.25 a week if you are a couple. So if your income falls below that line, pension credit makes up the difference. The average award for those who do claim is around £3,800 a year in the payment alone, and the DWP itself puts the total average value, once the linked benefits are counted, at over £3,900 a year. That is a life-changing sum for someone on a tight retirement income, and it is being left on the table by 800,000 households. Now here is the first and biggest reason people do not claim, and I need you to listen carefully, because this single misunderstanding costs people more than any other. People assume that because they own their home, or because they have some savings in the bank, or because they receive the full state pension, they could not possibly qualify. That assumption is wrong. Owning your home does not disqualify you. The value of your home is not counted at all. And savings do not automatically rule you out either, because the first £10,000 of savings is completely ignored. Only above that figure does the DWP count a small amount of assumed income, £1 a week for every £500. So a pensioner with, say, £15,000 in the bank and a modest income can still qualify. The rule you must remember is simple. Do not decide for yourself that you are not eligible. Let the calculator decide, because the people who assume are the people who miss out. The second thing to understand is that even a tiny award is worth claiming, and this is where the real value lies. Even if your pension credit comes to just a few pence a week, that award acts as a key. It unlocks a whole series of other entitlements automatically, and those are often worth far more than the pension credit payment itself. So do not look at a small weekly figure and think it is not worth the bother. It is the doorway, not the destination. Let me walk you through exactly what that doorway opens. The first thing pension credit unlocks is council tax reduction. If you receive the guarantee credit part of pension credit, you are very likely entitled to have your council tax reduced, in many cases all the way down to zero. On a typical bill, that can be worth anywhere from a few £100 up to well over £1,000 a year, depending on your band and your council. The second thing it unlocks, if you are aged 75 or over, is a free TV license. The standard license rose to £180 a year from April 2026, and pension credit is now the only route by which an over 75 household gets it free. That is £180 a year saved from a single claim. The third thing it unlocks is the warm home discount, £150 taken straight off your electricity bill over the winter, applied automatically once you are on guarantee credit. The fourth is cold weather payments, £25 for every 7-day spell of freezing weather in your area, paid automatically without you lifting a finger. And beyond those, pension credit also opens the door to free NHS dental treatment, help with the cost of glasses, and, for those who rent, full housing benefit. Add all of that up, and you can see why the headline figure of £3,900 a year is, if anything, conservative for many households. One claim, and the whole chain follows. So let me now deal with the objections that stop people, because I have heard all of them. Some people say the form is too complicated. It is not, and you do not have to do it alone. If you call the pension credit claim line, the staff complete the form for you over the phone. Some people say they do not want to feel they are asking for charity. This is not charity. This is a benefit you have paid towards through a lifetime of contributions and taxes, set aside precisely for this stage of your life. And some people say they have heard they earn too much, when in reality, they have never actually checked against the real figures. Do not rely on what a neighbor told you or what you assumed years ago. Check your own situation against the current numbers, because the thresholds and the savings rules are more generous than almost everyone believes. There is also a timing point worth knowing. A pension credit claim can be backdated by up to 3 months, so if you were entitled during that period, you can receive those weeks too. But every week you delay beyond that backdating window is a week of money you cannot recover. That is the scarcity at the heart of this. The money does not wait for you indefinitely. So here is where we are. Pension credit tops your income up to £238 a week if you are single, or £363.25 as a couple, worth on average over £3,900 a year once the linked benefits are counted, and it is going unclaimed by around 800,000 households. Owning your home does not disqualify you, and the first £10,000 of savings is ignored, so do not rule yourself out. Even a few pence a week is worth claiming because it unlocks council tax reduction of up to 100%, a free TV licence worth £180 at 75, the £150 warm home discount, £25 cold weather payments, free NHS dental and optical help, and full housing benefit for renters. It can be backdated 3 months but no further. The only thing standing between you and this money is picking up the phone. Ring the pension credit claim line on 0800 99 1234 and they will check your eligibility and fill in the form with you. If you are not sure, ring anyway. There is no penalty for being turned down and no cost to finding out. Subscribe and share this with someone you know who is over state pension age and might be getting by on less than they should. One conversation could make a real difference. I will see you in the next one.